is to explain to you the major project for global citizenship. So to find the major project, you can go to course assignments, and then you will see the project introduction, your proposal form, the two different options, as well as the marking schemes, and then the review and evaluation forms. Okay, so we're going to go through each one of these step by step. So we'll do the introduction, and I'll make that bigger for you. Okay, so the introduction, the value of this project is 35% of your final grade. And the purpose is to give you an opportunity to demonstrate how individuals can make a difference when they become active and engaged global citizens. So this is a group project. You can work in groups of up to 5 students. And you obviously have to have this approved. So you need to have your project and also your group approved to me. I really do not want individual projects. So I know that remote, it could be difficult, but we do have opportunities through Teams and things like that to make sure that to kind of connect with each other. So you will need to work in a group. And you're going to submit your project proposal, which is 5% of your final grade, to me no later than October 7th. And there's 2 different options. So I highly recommend students doing option number 2 this semester. So option number 2 is a research and advocacy project. So what you will do is you would research a specific issue that you're interested in. So it could be something to do with social justice. It could be something to do with the environment. And then you're going to develop a presentation, which you will present to the class over Microsoft Teams to essentially kind of sell the issue and inspire others to take action. So why is this issue important? What do we all need to do in order to make a difference and make a difference for this topic? Okay, so that's option number 2. If you really don't like presentations, you do have the opportunity to do a hands-on project. But keeping in mind that we are right now living through a pandemic, and so if you do choose to complete a hands-on project, you must comply and adhere to social distancing and all public health recommendations. So you would be required, if required, at the time of your project, to wear a mask. Then you're going to wear a mask. You're going to socially distance. You're going to wash your hands, things like that. So you will need to comply with the COVID-19 health precautions set into place. So you would pick an agency or a kind of a campaign to essentially kind of volunteer with them. And then you would create, once you do your hands-on action component, you would create a PowerPoint presentation to show us what you did. So some of the common ones are like working with Clean North, and like you could do garbage pickup, or you could do some sort of hands-on project with an agency. So obviously with COVID-19, this option might be limited. So I really highly recommend others I would highly recommend doing option number 2. Okay, so this project is valued at 35% of your grade. And if you fail to equitably contribute to the project, I have the right to assign an individual mark. So that's the end there. So that's a project introduction. So once you choose which option which project you're going to do, you're going to go to the appropriate document. But first, you will complete your registration form. So I have that here. So you only need to complete 1 per group. So you're going to tell me what the focus of your project is. You're going to let me know if it's a hands-on project or if it's a research project. You're going to tell me who's in your group, and then you're going to answer the following questions. So you're going to identify and describe the issue. You're going to tell me if there's a personal or professional connection. So why did you decide this issue? Like why is it important to you? If you choose option 1, a hands-on project, or why did you pick that? Next, you're going to tell me the first step. So what is your group going to do to start this project? The first step there. Question number 4 is you're going to let me know what each group member is going to do. So each group member needs to have a task, and you're going to tell me how you're going to divide the group work, how you're going to divide the work up, what's everyone's task. What is your goal of the project? So aside from just achieving a good grade, what would you like to accomplish? And then you're going to provide me at least one of your resources that you're going to use. So no matter which project you do, you will need option you do, whether it's hands-on, option 1, or the presentation, option number 2. You will need to research. So you're going to find me at least one scholarly college level resource, not Wikipedia, and then you're going to put that in APA format. So you're going to submit that to me through the assignment folder no later than October the 7th. All right. So that's the proposal. And then you can open each document which explains the project further. Okay. So the top, this is for option number 1, and it's going to give you the I don't know if it records. So it's going to give you the breakdown of each, what you need to do. So there's multiple components to the project. So the first registration form, which I just talked about, that's due October the 7th. It's worth 5% of your final grade. Your PowerPoint, so this is the action project. If you decide to do hands-on, is due no later than November 25th. That's worth 20%. And then you're going to evaluate your participation in the team project. And then you're also going to evaluate another group's project. And both of those are due December the 9th. So at the end of the term. So the first step is deciding what you're going to do. So you're going to decide on a topic of interest. Is it a health issue? Is it a poverty issue, an environmental issue, human rights, etc.? You're going to submit the proposal. Then you're going to take approximately 7 weeks-ish or 6 weeks to complete the action. So the team will participate and contribute to the project or missions. You will do some sort of hands-on component. So potentially you decide that you want to do an environmental project. So you decide to work with Clean North and kind of pick up garbage or do like a trail cleanup. Each person will need to be visible in the photos. It doesn't, because of, normally the group would all kind of do the action part together. But because of COVID-19 and because of social distancing, each group member might kind of contribute on their own. But I have to see photos of each person contributing to the group project. Then you're going to create the PowerPoint and submit that PowerPoint. So I do have a rubric available for you that's going to tell you exactly how you're being assessed. So you're going to submit to me the project no later than November 25th in the assignment folder. All right. So if you choose... If you choose option number 1, I also have a marking scheme for you. So you can see the rubric. So this outlines exactly how you're going to be assessed. So I'll let you kind of go through that on your own, making sure that you're meeting all those key points. All right, so if you decide to go with option number 2, which is the presentation, which I highly recommend, you're going to click here, and this is going to outline what you need. So it looks very similar. It's the same idea. You have your registration form. It's due the same time. Then you're going to put together your presentation in PowerPoint. That's 25%. Then you'll complete the post-evaluations. So you're going to pick a topic, and then you're going to develop a presentation to convey or persuade the class to agree that action is needed. So you could do a human rights presentation. You could do an environmental presentation. You could do social justice, that kind of thing. So there's lots of different options available for you. So you're going to research the topic. So the team is going to research the global issues, and then develop a presentation to convince the class that there's a need for action related to the chosen issue. You're also going to recommend the top 3 actions that need to be instituted to enact change. So what are 3 things that we need to do as a society or as a class or as a group to make a difference in this issue? So the component of the presentation should include some background information, the specific problem or issue, the scope of its impact, what are some current approaches being used to address the problem, and how are those approaches working. And then you're also going to let me know what has not worked in the past, what's currently not working, and what issues need to be, what challenges need to be met to achieve success in addressing the problem or the issue that you've identified. And then the team will also include the top 3 actions that we all need to take to contribute to change. So the presentations are going to take place during our synchronous time on Microsoft Teams, December 2nd and December 9th. And it'll be about a 10-minute presentation. So I recommend using PowerPoint because I do know that PowerPoint works over Microsoft Teams, and that's compatible. And then you will also have to use at least 3 resources in the research and statistics component of the project itself. You're obviously going to put that in APA format, and everyone needs to attend those sessions. Okay, and then if you do choose option number 2, the final marking scheme is available for you. The rubric is there. So once you've completed the project or the presentation, you're going to do a project self-evaluation. So this is a pretty simple 5%. Let me get it up here. Okay, so you're going to tell me in at least 250 words, you're going to answer the question. So the first question is you're going to tell me what your contribution to the team or project was. So do you think you deserve 0, as in you didn't really do anything, or you really didn't contribute, a 3, a 4, or a 5? So once you give yourself the grade, you're going to explain to me why you deserve the grade you did. So you need to tell me your individual contributions. And so again, that's a 250 word document. And you're going to tell me why you believe that you should get the grade that you did. So if you give yourself a 5 out of 5 for contributions, but then you don't tell me any of the contributions that you did, obviously you're not going to receive that grade. And then the last question is you're going to discuss how your team approached completing the project. How did you divide the work? Did your team work well together, etc.? So if you did it by yourself, you're going to tell me who was your village, so who helped you, what resources, community assistance enabled you to accomplish your project. And then you're also going to identify and describe any challenges that you faced while working on this project alone. So that is your self-evaluation. And then the last component of this project is your peer evaluation. So you'll go to the project peer evaluation document. Okay, so once everybody's projects are done or all the presentations are complete, they'll all be posted to LMS. And then you're going to pick one project and you're going to tell me the project. You're going to tell me why you chose to review the project. And then you're going to say, how was it organized? What themes relate to the class using evidence? Which part of the presentation had the biggest impact on you? And then after reviewing the project, what were the best parts of the project? What stood out to you? How could it be improved? So that's worth another 5% of your final grade. So that is the project itself. I know that there's lots of components, but what's really important for you to remember is just to take it one step at a time. So the first step that you need to do to complete this project is to choose if you're going to do a presentation or if you're going to do a hands-on project, and then submit to me that registration form. So if you do have questions or concerns while you're going through this, please feel free to reach out, and we'll be talking about this throughout the semester, as this is an ongoing project. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. Have a great day.